What's up, everyone? This week on the pod, we're doing another round of our favorite records for a 5-year span. So, basically, our favorite California punk and hardcore record for that year and a wild card. We got Joe, Stu, and Dan out to help, and it's a fun episode. I hope you enjoy it. Please support the podcast by giving it a like, rate it, review it wherever you listen to podcasts. Also, please subscribe on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. And if you want to go the extra mile, please go to patreon.com/185 miles south and become a Patreon. Also, if you have not yet pre-ordered the Nardcore for Life comp, please go to indecisionrecords.com and pre-order that. That is much appreciated. And let's get on with the show.
"185 Miles South", a hardcore punk rock podcast.
What's up, everyone? This week on the pod, we are going to do another 5 years of our favorite 2 picks. Now, one pick has to be California punk or hardcore, and one is a wild card. It can be anything. So, this is our favorite records from 1995 through 1999. And there is no limit on what format. So, it could be a demo tape, it can be a 7-inch, it can be a 12-inch, no 10 inches because it's the worst format. But
Flexi disc.
Yeah, Flexi's cool. Grindcore 3 inches are cool.
Can it be a poem in the park?
Yeah, if someone recorded it on their tape recorder, yeah, or I don't know. Yeah, you can. I don't know. It can be a piece of shit.
There's a lot of '90s poem tracks.
Yeah, you can submit.
There were a bunch of '90s punk poems.
That's true. Yeah, so if you got footage from a slam party or whatever, and then you can submit a piece of sheet music. I don't give a fuck. But
I got the Saul Williams discography on lock.
Okay. But so we're gonna do 95 through 99. We've done this since 1980. We got today on the pod. We got Daniel Sant from Swindle. No, the original singer of Swindle.
Yeah.
And you may also know him from Palpatine.
Dang.
Yeah. And then we got Stu from Omega Point.
Hey,
Omega Stu.
Yeah, Omega Stu. And then we got, you know who he is. He's episode 1. He's the legend, Joe Rivas.
Hello.
Yep. Okay, so let's get into it. And last time we did alphabetical, but did you draw numbers this time, Daniel, or no?
I can do it really quick.
Well, we'll just go alphabetical again. So we will do, that goes Daniel, Joe, Stu, and then me. And we won't do it fantasy football style, bouncing back and forth. We'll just go in circles. So, 1995, the best California punk or hardcore album, Daniel Sant.
Doesn't have to be an album, remember?
That's true.
I'm going with
piece of music.
Unbroken, circa 77 7-inch.
All right.
Absentee debate with Crushed on You.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you want to mosh to
I'm so
Unbroken?
glad you picked this.
Do you want to mosh to Unbroken? Then let's put on this record.
Yeah. And the lyrics to both songs are so good. They're so good. And then, I mean, the I Don't Care outro.
My favorite.
Yeah. Unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah.
Even when bad bands cover that song, it still comes off good.
Yeah. It is sort of Young Till I Die in that way, right?
Yeah.
Like, you can be the shittiest band and cover Young Till I Die and it's going to rage.
Everyone will sing along.
Yeah, and the artwork is so fucking great. You know, the picture of the Sex Pistols
So
it just
good.
says Unbroken in 77, and on the back it's got an amazing picture of Unbroken. But I love the inner that has the photo booth pictures from the Corvette Diner in San Diego back when it was in Hillcrest. That's where they took those pictures. And then a little like heartwarming trivia. Rob goes by BRX in this because him and Eric used to call each other BRX, Big Rob X, and LEX, Little Eric X. And Eric didn't put his name as that in this, but Rob did it as like a little, that's their thing. And I think that's really awesome.
That's cool.
And it just looks so good. Like every aspect of the layout is perfect. I have the poster hanging here on my wall, like framed, because it's an immaculate record.
Daniel's the reason why whenever you buy a record on Discogs, it has no insert.
Well, because I keep them all and then sell it? No. I know it's that I have the poster that New Age did to promote it, not like it came as part of the layout.
No, I just always trip on that. Like, how do you fucking lose the insert? Like, it has to go on your wall, or it's not like you would just lose it. Like, it blew away. Like, it blew out the window.
You let a friend borrow it. And then they move.
Yeah, but who doesn't put the insert back in the record? Like you.
I don't know. 96 back, 97 back. People are doing like zines a lot, so they're taking those pictures and they're making layouts and stuff like that, and then maybe it just never makes it back into the record.
Yeah,
I know how that goes.
Yeah, they cut up like the insert to like make their flyer, and they're like, I should have photocopied it first.
I just cut up the inserts to my two Schism records.
I know. Oops. So yeah, this is a great pick. Predictable, but great. Let's go on to Joe.
Oh boy. Well, I chose 1995, right?
Correct.
Yep.
Here's the chorus. Freedom is just a word, incendiary justice, a blank ideal, a novel paradigm, mirror one white glass. Somebody's watching.
America flies first class.
That's right. Good riddance.
Hey.
This record rips.
Yeah.
Hit it, Joe.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, just make sure. Sorry. I got scared. I had another record listed, which we'll get to after this, but this, you guys know my Good Riddance story, so it just means that much to me. This is the first full length that Chuck is playing bass on. It's the first full length period, but it's their first full release on Fat. They did
a Gidget.
They did well. Gidget's on Little Deputy, and Decoy is on Fat as well, which came out just at the same time as this. But then there's also the Fat Music for Fat People. That version of.
Oh, it's a different version, but it's a song.
A different version of
Mother Superior.
Yeah, whatever it is. Yeah, Mother Superior. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I love it. Luke's guitar. This is what sold me on it. I thought because I've professed my love for Ron from TSOL and his guitar playing, and Luke's guitar reminds me of his guitar. And I don't mean like the song structures or anything like that. Just the way that Luke plays reminds me of him. So that's how I fell in love with him before I even started working for him, because I didn't start working for him until the next year. So
yeah, everyone in this band, like to a man, has their own style. Like they really are like four stand-up.
Oh
dudes.
yeah.
And this is Richie Mack playing drums. This is before Sean joined. So
I was just going to ask that because the playing is very different from the next record.
Yeah, and Richie was punk as fuck, and he's a great drummer. It just, for whatever reason, it didn't work out. So they got Sean. But
punk as fuck describes it the best. That's like what I would describe this drumming as.
Yeah,
that Wrong Again song, like it's a real late track. That's like the best fucking Good Riddance song. Like how did that?
I've been trying to get them to play that for years,
dude. It's like one of the greatest fucking songs. It's crazy to me that it's not heralded as a classic. because it's perfect.
And they have, and as we know, and we'll talk about later, Good Riddance has much love for the Nard. So
they're basically a nerdcore band.
I mean, there was a time where they were like almost adopted because they were playing so much.
Yeah,
you know.
Right.
And like,
you know, and even in Russ in one of their videos for their EP that they did between drummers, that Dave Ron's playing drums on. I can't think of the name of it, but the Clock Tower thing. Anyway, in that video, one for the Braves, you can see a framed poster of the Nardcore album on Chuck's bedroom wall. So just a little love. So I got to get the love back.
Shout out to Daniel for putting stuff on his wall. Yeah, this album rules. Do you remember when they played that? Joe, did you go to when they played like that? It was a really small place, like on the floor in Pasadena. And like there was a big ass fight and shit. And then like it was crazy because it finally got broken up. And then here comes Russ, like out of nowhere, like running out with a hammer. Like, oh shit, Russ gonna fuck someone up after it's been broken up. But yeah. I hate to break it to you.
I've been with them for lots of fights, but I can't remember.
Yeah, it was cool because it was just like this tiny little room, like somewhere in Pasadena or Monrovia or something like that. But yeah, I got to say, I hate to break it to you, Joe, but picking this as your favorite California hardcore album on the 185 Miles South podcast is not going to make up for you flipping their van.
I can still see that picture in my head. I think I only saw it once.
But yeah, no, great pick. This is a classic album. If anyone out there has not heard Good Riddance Forgotten Country, you got to check it out. It's so cool because they're just really etching out their own style here, and the production quality on this is like, it's really good, but really it's different. You can hear everything, but it's like
it's different than it.
Yeah, like the next album they'll get like produced and sound like the Fat Bands, although they stand out because they're better than most of them. But this album sounds different. So
and the songs are different too.
The songs are different also. It's really cool. So everyone should check it out. Yeah, let's go on to Stu. What is your California punk and hardcore pick?
I picked Lagwagon Hoss.
All right.
So they went in a different direction after the last record. They kind of calmed everything down on this one and made it more straightforward.
And up the production.
Dude, the production's really good.
Yeah.
It's a really dark production in my opinion. I don't know why, but I just imagine them all recording this in the dark. It's just how I listen to it. But this whole thing just kicks ass the entire way through. The first two tracks are my favorite. This album, whenever I put it on, it always kind of scares me because the bass is really quiet. And it's like, searching for that new Messiah. It always like surprises me, no matter how many times I listen to it.
Because I'm sure there's stuff that's faster, but like when that comes in, it sounds like there could be nothing as fast.
Exactly. It's like you've never heard fast music before.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy.
I have a fast record for you later.
Good.
But this is like Laurie Myers type fast where they're just holding on to one note. It's like and it's like like fuck.
Yeah.
Shout out Smelly.
Yeah, shout out to Smelly. Shout out to Exxon 83.
Shout out Fat Crust.
Yep.
But yeah, dude, violins. That's the fucking track.
Oh, hell yeah. Hey, Noodles will get a shine. He would have gotten a shine at some point. Hey, well, shout out to Noodles early too. Shout out Noodles. Yeah, violins when it gets all again, like when violins gets all fast at the end. It's like, oh shit.
Oh, dude, it's so good. It's like it has all the stops.
Yeah,
it's a good fucking record, man. I love this thing. I love the art too.
That's a beautiful song. Those lyrics are fucking phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Same with name dropping too.
Another fool. I have to.
let me ask Stu a question real quick. So, do you know why it's called Hoss and who's on the cover?
I don't, but I remember.
God damn it!
Can I guess?
I
Because
know.
I'm the next youngest.
Yeah.
That's Boss Hog, right?
No.
God damn it!
Joe and I are old, and we know that it's.
We've got a. Hey, I'm gonna sing the song. We've got a right to start a fight, Bonanza.
Okay.
It's a character off Bonanza called Hoss.
Okay.
He was like
That's tight.
the beefy dude in the crew.
Who's Boss Hog then?
He's from the
Dude has it, dude.
he's from the damn Dukes. Damn Dukes.
Hey, I don't listen to that Confederate or watch that Confederate shit like you guys do.
They're from the
Shout out Gunsmoke.
Bonanza's from they're Reno, Virginia City.
Okay. Yeah. I love this pick, Stu. I think it's great. And I think that this album's crazy because the first two LPs, they have pretty similar production. Like kind of like we were talking about the Good Riddance. They're good, you can hear everything. But a little thin, but that actually like plays into like Lagwagon being so riffy and stuff, and then it also plays into like the Good Riddance. Tell me the guitar player's name again, Joe.
Luke.
Oh, Luke. Yeah, because Luke does so many little like two finger like he doesn't just hold on to a chord. He'll do like little things, and so having the production be not so bulky actually like it showcases that stuff more. And that's kind of like how the two Lagwagon ones are, the first two. And then this just comes in blazing with beautiful big production, which really makes like it makes Derek stand out more, the drummer.
Oh yeah.
So I love this pick. But the correct
What do you
pick,
think about the acoustic version that Joey did later with on his split with no use for a name guy
Tony Sly?
with
Right.
Tony, yeah.
R.I.P. I don't know.
R.I.P. Derek.
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
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 Anyway,
never heard it. But,
it's actually really good, but at least of violins,
okay.
specifically that song.
I can fuck with an acoustic violins, but I don't think I could fuck with acoustic like anything really.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll send it to you guys.
the one
You'll like it.
I can see the Lagwagon one crossing over a little better because his voice is actually really good, but but his lyrics are generally not that good, in my opinion. Anyway, the best California punk and hardcore album of 1995 is Ignite Call My Brothers, and yeah, it's one of the best hardcore records of the 90s. It is so awesome, taking like the Uniform Choice style and blending it through like the darker like TSOL blender, hitting some of those like darker notes and chords, which if anyone listened to the Brett interview will make like a lot more sense now. And they did lots of EPs like coming up to this and, you know, demo and shit. And this is just the best stuff of early Ignite. And like this 4-piece is one of the greatest bands I ever saw in my life. This record is one of the best albums I ever heard in my life. And absolutely love it. Starting out with Asher Turn with the bass. Jesus Christ.
The bass line.
Yeah, that bass line. And then just going into like Straight Ahead, which is like just a straightforward hardcore banger. The album never lets up. And this is the first record that Zoli gets to start writing some lyrics on and stuff. And like he brings in his own flavor, you know, he's talking about fucking whaling in Iceland and fucking all that kind of crazy stuff. And it just, it lends itself nicely to this album kind of sounding a little dark, that he's talking about stuff like that. And it's super cool. Absolutely love it. It's been talked to death on this pod, so I won't go on that much further. But if
hey, Blacklight though.
Yeah. I see the world in a bird light. Yeah, so good. But
So good, dude.
Love the whole record, dude. I love it. So I know one day I should learn the words to my favorite band.
Dude, what the fuck?
But yeah. Anyway, this is my pick.
Oh,
And so Do you want to go through California Punk and Hardcore that we missed, Joe?
We can do that, or we can just. Yeah, we did it. We were doing it at the end last time with Daniel, so let's keep that.
Okay.
At the end of the year, should I say?
Yep. Okay, so Daniel, let's go into your wild card pick for 95, and can I guess? Did you go Raekwon? Did you go Raekwon or did you go Jizza?
No, I've got 3 selected because I'm a cheating son of a bitch.
All right.
I couldn't decide between these 3 records, like, period.
Okay.
Pulp, different class. If you've never listened to Pulp, I really encourage you to listen to Different Class and just read the lyric sheet. They are some of the funniest, most poignant lyrics ever, but they're so full of heart and seediness and all kinds of stuff. Jarvis Cocker is even better than Morrissey at writing lyrics.
What's that first name?
The band? Or
of the guy that you just said?
Oh, Jarvis.
Huh.
Jarvis Cocker.
Never heard of one of those before.
Me neither.
Sorry, Daniel.
Number 2.
God damn it, Daniel.
Only built for Cuban links. Raekwon.
Hey, guess that
featuring Ghostface Killer, a.k.a. Tony Starks.
Yep.
This is arguably the best. I mean, arguably, because other people will argue with me for it, but this is arguably the most succinct, well thought out, start to finish Wu-Tang solo project record. And the third record is pretty much for this year, 1995, when I was away in the Persian Gulf in the Navy, we listened to this album almost every day, 5 to 10 times a day.
Old Dirty Bastard.
With the crew that I worked with. And in my opinion, it's in the top 3 hip hop albums of all time. The infamous Mobb Deep.
Oh, on my honorable mentions. Yep, this is one of the greatest records ever.
Yeah.
95 for hip hop. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. It only is slightly eclipsed by 94, but only just. 94, 95, that is the peak. It never gets better, ever.
I'm leaning 95, dude, for depth.
Yeah,
both are good. I'll tell you what, I got them all in my honorables.
Yeah. I have a ton of honorables too, but I had to choose 3 records for my choice. That's why I didn't go super into depth on each of them, but the Pulp record, the limited vinyl version of it is amazing because the layout it's the band members as cutouts put into regular situations or like slightly seedy situations and stuff. And the cool thing about the vinyl is you can change each picture from what would be in the CD booklet of all the different pictures. You can change which cover of the record you have. It's like a picture frame, and you can slide all the different images in, and it's amazing.
That rules.
That is super cool.
Yeah.
Is that like when you don't fold Danzig 3 back up properly and the upside down cross gets all jacked up?
I don't know. I traded it in for some Mountain Dew and cat litter.
He's never going to let that meme down. That's beautiful.
Shrek 2 on DVD.
Oh, Jesus.
You guys don't remember Danzig's shopping list?
Yeah.
Yams! But,
Okay.
All right, Joe, what's your...
This was, again, hard for me. I picked 3. I'm only going to tell you one, and then I'll get to the other 3 when I'm done.
Going for the moral high ground, are we?
That's right. Although in a couple of years I won't do that because I have to say both of them. But this year I can say this. I chose Radiohead The Bend.
Yeah, so good. So good.
Yeah.
I mean, the 1-2 punch of Fake Plastic Trees and, oh my God, my mind just went blank.
So comes out,
yeah.
Everything is Slayer. If you haven't figured that out with me yet, Daniel. Face Plastic Trees and you mean the hits?
At the beginning of the record, it's like
First song's Planet Telex. So.
yep, and then Fake Plastic Trees, and then what comes next?
Shit.
Sorry, don't worry about it.
High and Dry. High and Dry.
Yes, High and Dry. Oh my God, what a song!
I was trying to remember Def Leppard, High and Dry. And
what a song! And My Iron Lung is also just a killer song.
Well, every song, Street Spirit is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Black Star is a fantastic song. And I love Planet Telex is actually my favorite song on the record.
Yeah, it's a great opener.
Yeah. So, Radiohead.
Iconic album cover as well.
That's your choice or your not choice?
That is my choice. Yeah.
Okay.
That's my choice.
Tell the other two.
The other two was Lifetime Hello Bastards.
Hey.
And At the Gates, Slaughter of the Souls.
Mm-hmm.
Lifetime Hello Bastards is awesome for one other reason, is that they are paying homage to one of my favorite bands, the House Martins, with their layout.
Well, yeah.
Huh.
If you look at the House Martins record, London Mill Hole 4, like you'll see the Lifetime record almost like the way that they use the color, they use the pictures, everything. It's like pretty great.
Yeah. Let's see if I hit the right one.
It would have been better if it was
if I was keeping it real about Lifetime.
Yeah, that is a cool story. Okay, so
all right, Stu, what you got
from a wild card?
Yeah,
I have two as well.
You guys.
Hey, but I'm only going to say
breaking the law.
Well, now it's like I got two, so they got to mention both. But that'll be my
I got
so,
two. I got two also, and that's the balls to choose one.
Yeah,
I did have the balls to choose one.
Well, I'm going to choose one.
I told you. I said it. I'm not Daniel.
Hey,
yeah, right.
I had 13 and I whittled it down to 3.
Jesus.
Sorry. Go on,
okay, I guess you're Zach. Can I guess yours?
I'm picking.
We're guessing Stu's?
No, it's Stu. It's Stu.
Hey, dead guy's fixation on a coworker.
Oh,
rad.
Fucking awesome. Cool artwork too.
Dude, right? Like, shout out to Tim Singer for being such a good graphic designer. Like,
yeah,
that fucking art is insane. And the fact that they have the album art, or they have the album title and it says "as performed by Dead Guy." Yeah. It's like it just creates such a theme for the record. It's like theatrical and it really helps you dive into it that much more.
It's really cool to see hardcore go conceptual and for it to be pulled off amazingly. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yes,
because a lot of people call this like the first like metalcore record. A lot of people call it that, and
nah,
I don't think so.
There's way more metalcore earlier than this, But I do see that it's one that pushes the boundary further.
Yeah, it's a little unorthodox.
And they just ran with metal.
Yeah,
they're pushing. They ran with it like with the whole. Sorry, go ahead.
Dude. Sorry, it's your album. My bad.
Okay. I just think they pushed the whole like death metal imagery, like on that shirt that they had with the goat and it said "Death to False Metal." It's like they were like, "Yo, we're a fucking metal band," or like we're a hardcore band playing metal, and they just own their shit. And I always thought that was really cool. But fuck, man, like Doom Patrol as an opener is nuts. And the Pins and Needles, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, Pins and Needles. I think that first came out, like the first little touch of Dead Guy you got was on one of the Victory samplers, maybe Victory style, and it was Pins and Needles before the record came out. And everyone was blown away, like, oh my God, I cannot wait for this. It's Tim Singer from No Escape's new band. It's going to be the shit.
And they were the shit, dude. Like,
Also, the fact that they mess around with so many time signatures, like, kind of they're all over the place, like chaotically, you know, with the aggression.
With everything, like the drumming, it's just never something that I could like put my finger on with the way that he takes things, and like the riffs, those things are just so off the charts. Like I'm a huge Voivod fan, and I hear so much Voivod in these riffs with like all the ugly notes and chords, and like that's represented well in that song, fucking Makeshift Atom Smasher.
I've got a slightly funny story of this record. Of My Dead Body were on tour with American Nightmare for one of the tours we did with them, and it was West Coast. And so it was the second time we toured the West Coast with them, I think. And they had a fill-in drummer, this guy Nate from Philly, and they were really mean to him, the whole band, because he consistently said the dumbest shit ever. And so they started calling him Hard Tard, and which is not nice, obviously.
Yeah.
But the thing is, he couldn't do anything right. No, he's one of those people, you know, like when you're watching a sitcom and someone keeps doing the wrong thing over and over again, you're like looking through your fingers, like you can hardly watch it. You know, like watching Extras or The Office or something. That's what this kid kept doing. And so everyone was over at my house, and, you know, I was like 23, 24. So my entire ceiling in my bedroom was all posters. And he goes in my room, and they've all been mean to him about, like, we just got back from Taco Bell, and he ordered a quesadilla, and they, I don't know, he just ordered something where they were ripping the shit out of him for, like, fucking it all up. And then we go over to my house. He goes, "Oh, I've always really wanted to listen to that record, Fixation on a Cow Worker." And I think one of them just poured a glass of water over his head, like, "You fucking moron." And I felt so bad for him, but now all I ever hear when I think of that record is Fixation on a Cow Worker.
I have a at Daniel's house beverage story. So we were staying with Daniel when we were recording the Another Year LP, and Daniel originally didn't want us to drink beer in his house, but then I went to the store and I got those Country Club 40s that have the 3 X's on them, and I was like, "Well, here's a compromise."
This is so good.
All right. Wild card 1995. The correct answer was Upon a Cross. I'm going D-side. Once Upon a Cross. This is super for death metal. This is their third record. The first record is one of the greatest death metal albums of all time, but 1990 there was too much other stuff, so they give their time to shine on their third LP. The second LP, Legion, although I know some people love fucking the Caco Demon song, it's I don't know, it's not that fucking great. It's just weird. It gets a little too fast. They're not focusing on like awesome songwriting, and here they just hone it back in. Of course, the song Once Upon a Cross, Jesus Christ, that riff is insane. Christ denied when Satan rules this world. But maybe the catchiest death metal song of all time. They are the Children of the Underworld. Jesus. Like, that's just one of the best death metal songs I've ever heard in my life. I listened to this album and the first Deicide record probably the most out of all the death metal stuff I listened to. Although I listened to the first 3 Obituary albums a lot, and the new Obituary album a lot. I listen to a lot of shit. None So Vile is fucking maybe the greatest death metal record too. Cryptopracy, however the fuck you say that band name. But yeah, here's my choice. Deicide, Once Upon a Cross. And
good choice.
And so for honorable mentions, there's a fucking million for 95. Yeah. Like almost all these I could have picked.
California first.
What's that?
California stuff first.
Oh, I got none. Except
for... No. Go,
wait. Let me pick my runner up.
Oh yeah, please.
Damnation AD, No More Dreams.
Dark record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depressive,
Super cool.
heavy, best guitar tone, in my opinion. A lot of people don't think that, but I think Ken Oldham is the fucking genius and can make questionably bad guitar tones sound like amazing. Heavy as shit.
I'll have to listen to it again for that because my favorite guitar tone comes out this year also. That's on Boll Weevil's Heavyweight. But Joe, if you want to do the California, go ahead.
Well, just real quick. So the other pick that I was struggling with also was Jawbreaker Dear You. That came out this year. Rancid, Out Come the Wolves.
Mm-hmm.
Blink, Cheshire, AFI, Answer That and Stay Fashionable. No Use for a Name, La Checa Carne.
It's a good record.
Rocket from the Crypt, Scream Dracula.
Nice. Such a good record.
It is a great record. Pennywise, About Time, Lagwagon Hoss, Stu already said that, sorry. Swinging Utters, The Streets of San Francisco.
Such a good album.
Tilt, Till It Kills, The Muff,
So good.
Blonder and Blonder, Face to Face, The Big Choice, Ignite, Call My Brothers. So,
Insomniac, Green Day.
I don't think all these are good. Are they actually? They're just other albums that came out, or they're your honorable mentions?
they're albums that came out.
Okay, all right.
I would only back maybe 3 of them.
Okay, I'm backing.
I'd back it.
The Check and Carne, Dear You, and the ones that you guys already chose.
Yeah, I like
No
that.
Out Come the Wolves for you?
I love
Nah,
that.
I
So good.
I liked it better when they're called The Clash.
That's the next record. I love Outcome the Wolves, and I like that Tilt record too.
And I know it's a very unpopular, stance, but I just never dug Rancid very much. So
I love them.
But fantastic musicians and fantastic songs and all that. I just can't get into them.
All right, so I back all these. Marauder, Master Killer. Funeral Oration, the self-titled. This is their second self-titled album, but the first one they did.
Do you like that band?
Oh, they're like one of my favorite bands, Daniel.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah, I'm one of the only fans. Yeah, I mean, I think I said before, right? Like they sold like 0 CDs like in the golden era. When I interned at Hopeless in '98, and they had sold like 600 CDs or some shit. Yeah, so that one, the Boll Weevils, Heavyweight, Joe Got Good Riddance, 88 Fingers Louie, Behind Bars, one of my favorite albums ever. Lagwagon Hoss, No Use for a Name, Ramones.
Oh, you're mixing it up.
Yeah, well, I just got a list of all my honorable mentions. So,
Good. Gotcha.
Yeah, the Ramones, the last record, Adios Amigos. That Rancid album I got there. Big L, Lifestyles of the Poor and Dangerous, one of the best hip-hop records ever. Old Dirty Bastard, Return of the 36 Chambers. Mobb Deep, the infamous Raekwon, Only Built for Cuban Links. AZ, Do or Die. Jizza, Liquid Swords. Suffocation, Pierce from Within. Death, Symbolic, At the Gate, Slaughter of the Soul. And Crown of Thorns, Train Yard Blues. All could have been my picks.
All right.
Yeah, I was taking a piss, but I just want to say I love that Big L album.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. Ebonics. What a song.
That's on the next record, though.
Well, hit me on the hip and let me know. All right. My other ones that I had to whittle down to get those 3. What's the Story, Morning Glory, Oasis, Max and K, Tricky, The Great Escape by Blur, To Bring You My Love, PJ Harvey, Aisha Coco, Supergrass. You've already mentioned a bunch of the hip-hop ones. Elastica, self-titled, and Me Against the World 2-part, and Northern Soul by The Verve. Yeah, those are... Oh, Red Medicine, Fugazi.
I also had... Sorry, you done, Daniel?
Yeah.
I also had Shelter, Mantra.
Nice.
Bad Brains, Gotta Love came out this year. His Hero's Gone, Medicine.
Yeah.
And Elliott Smith, self-titled.
Are you an Elliott Smith fan, Daniel?
Not hugely, but
Me either. But I do have this record.
I do recognize the talent. Brown Sugar D'Angelo also came out this year, which is a banger album.
Oh, Smashing Pumpkins, Melancholy.
Okay, let's go on to 96. California Punk and Hardcore. Daniel.
Redemption 87, self-titled.
Love it.
Such a fucking great record. What a great cover. Just
I love the cover.
A giant jump, like legs to the side, like wah! And the way he sings, like, is embodied by that picture. You know?
Yeah.
Just full like aggression.
This might sound, given my age, is that the same singer of Nerve Agents?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And before Redemption 87, he sang in a band called Unit Pride.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, what a really great California hardcore record that is referencing, you know, a bygone era in the middle of metalcore, you know?
Yeah, great band. And it kind of forgotten at this point just because maybe that CD's not in press. I don't know. It's a weird one because it was on New Age, and Mike has done such a good job of keeping a lot of things in press. But yeah, that one just kind of went by the wayside, unfortunately, because they were big and they were important at that time. Like, we traveled all over to see them. We drove up to San Francisco to see one of their last shows. I think it was like them and Snapcase. It was at the maybe it was in the Pound. Was that a place up there, Daniel?
Yeah, it was the Pound. Yeah,
okay.
It was at the Pound, I'm sure.
Yeah, that show was fucking hilarious. So, like, before the show, we're hanging out, shooting some pool, and we're all, like, terrible. Like, we don't know shit. We're 17 or some shit. 17, 18. And, yeah, and so this fucking Guido comes up and, like, puts his, like, quarters, you know, like, in the little nook underneath, like totally knows what he's doing. We're like, oh, shit. Like, we didn't even know what that meant. Because, like, we just thought we were playing each other on the table, you know? And
I got next.
Yeah, he's like, I got next. He's cool. He comes up and puts his 50 cents down. We're like, fuck. So Tony wins this, like, sloppo-ass game of, like, 20-minute pool, you know? Of us playing, like, teams or some shit. It's like, well, Tony, you got to play him, you know? And, of course, you know, like, Tony scratches the fucking cue ball in the first hit. But yeah, so it's like, okay, just, like, do again. All right, so he goes again, and, like, the game starts. This guy's fucking great. Like, it's like, you know, 6 balls in on his next turn and shit, or whatever the fuck, like a handful. And then it's Tony's time, and Tony, you know, even though the guy misses, he sets Tony up for a bad shot. You know, we're like, Tony, you're gonna have to use the pussy stick. You know, like that stick off the wall to, like, line up your shot when you got a bad shot. What's it called?
I just call it the cheater stick.
Okay, the cheater stick.
Pussy stick. That's better. Stick, dude.
Yeah, I think that's way better. Yeah.
Yeah, the cheat. Okay, we'll go with the cheater stick. Though. That's better. I gotta work that into my vocabulary. Like, yeah, Tony, get the cheater stick. You know, so Tony, he lines up his shot, and we're like, oh fuck, you know, Tony's taking this one seriously. He's to make a comeback for Oxnard, you know. And he fucking lines up, but he just fucking reels the thing back like he's playing pinball and just fucking shuffles the cheater stick through all the balls. Yeah, we were just fucking, and the Guido dude's just like looking at it, it's like disgusted, dude. I'm on the floor like laughing and shit. It was like, oh my god, it's wild.
It's called the spider in snooker, so it might be the spider in pool as well.
Okay, yeah. Hey, fucking Stu coming out calling it the pussy stick. That's crazy,
dude.
But yeah, Redemption 87 self-titled LP. This LP fucking rules.
Yeah, that bass intro to About Face, it's just so good. And I occasionally see the guy Ian who played bass in Redemption 87 at Timeless, and next time I see him, I'm going to be like, yo, man, that bass intro on About Face, I'm just going to say that and then walk off.
Yeah, you got to just say that bass intro on About Face and give him a fist bump and leave.
Yeah, no, I just got to go About Face and walk right out.
Yep. Oh, that's it. All right. Great pick. Absolutely love it. And a great addition to the New Age catalog. It's like what made that label so special is like, how is Hartsfield always just finding this fucking perfect shit? You know?
Yeah.
So let's go on to Joe. Your pick for 1996 California punk and hardcore.
These are so difficult.
Can I guess?
Sure.
You're going Everything Sucks.
For California,
Yeah.
Fuck.
they're not a California band.
Descendants?
Not by then.
Oh, okay. All right. Sorry. My guess was poor. And I apologize.
I mean, it's a good guess, but they were absolutely, located in Fort Collins, Colorado by that time.
Did Joe just hit you with like a verbal meme of pwned?
Yeah. I got pwned. I'm like
I haven't heard that word in so long.
I'm totally the dog that just caught the tennis ball with my face. And I apologize, Joe. We know it's psychobiology.
Oh shit, that was that year too, huh? I didn't even put any of those things on here. No, I chose. It was going to be a toss-up between. Well, I'll just go with what I chose. Through Silver and Blood, Neurosis.
Sick.
It's absolutely the best Neurosis record.
Yeah?
And I think so, yeah.
Sick.
So,
I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty Warzone, and there's a machine gun in it called the Necrosis, and I always say, sick, I got the Neurosis. Never mind. That's only funny to me.
They were unbelievably fantastic band to see live. They're in
Crushing.
96, 97, 98. They were unfucking believable to witness.
Sick visuals too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that part was cool, but just how just on top of their music they were it just made it that much better. So I love the record.
Sick.
So, yeah,
this
that's it.
Stu, California Punk and Hardcore 96. And don't you dare say Everything Sucks.
No, I won't because it's wrong. I picked Good Riddance, A Comprehensive Guide to Modern Rebellion.
Yes.
That was number 2.
Awesome.
I thought that would be your number 1, dude.
Well, it was like 1.5. It was really hard for me to choose between the two. That's the record that I toured with them on. So
we get it. You fucking hate Good Riddance.
I don't know, man. Like, every track is so good. This thing's pretty long, but I always find myself having to listen to the whole thing all the way through. I fucking love, like, Weight of the World, Into Steps, and then Credit to His Gender. Song fucking rules.
Yeah.
But I think my favorite song is Token Idiot.
Why did he need to take that pill? Never have and never will.
Never will.
That song rips.
Oh. Yeah, dude. Even the heavy song rips, dude. West End Memorial?
The distorted vocals suck.
I mean, yeah, but it's still heavy as fuck.
Yeah, but it's just like Russ has one of the greatest voices, and then it's like, I want to hear Russ sing. You know what I mean? Like I like on the Andrew Klein interview, which was out last week. He talks about like when they did the song "Slipping" for One Truth, and like it's a fucking ballad, and they're like, fuck, I don't know what Rick's gonna do on here. And he came in and he like sang it in his like Rick Rodney voice, but then did just a little extra singing, and it really like they pulled it off. People liked it, and I would have liked to hear Russ like do an honest take on that, and then like on one of the hardcore songs too, it's like he does distorted vocals too, I think, or maybe that's on the third record.
That's the third record.
Okay, but yeah, I love this album. Great choice, Stu. Got anything else on it?
Yeah, whole thing's.
He did do it live without the distortion, obviously, and it did sound pretty dang good. So yeah, I don't know why they made that choice for West End on this record, but whatever, they did.
Maybe they're just saying, hey, you want to hear this at 100%? You got to buy a ticket, fool.
And the fucking Kink song is badass. So.
Oh, dude, it's such a good cover. Such a good fucking cover.
Is that Come Dancing?
Yeah, Come Dancing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that. I mean, I like that version better than the original. I mean, I heard that one first, but that's just so that goes without saying. But man, they did a really good job on that.
Yeah. All right. 95. Hate to be predictable, but I went, or 96. I went Ignite Past Our Means. To follow up the year after Call My Brothers with like 6 more songs of the same kind of like. It's awesome. It's Ignite at their best. The song Embrace, Jesus Christ. I fucking love this record. That's it.
Shout out Smelly, shout out Noodles, and shout out Janos.
Yep, you got to shout out to Janos. Yeah, again, it's been talked to death on this pod, so we'll leave it at that.
Wow. I'm just going to throw this out that pod you did with Brett back in, was it June 3rd? I think that came out, was phenomenal. So that was great. And you guys talking about this record was cool too. Yeah.
Yeah. He was such a good guest, and he stuck with me, right? I wanted to go through everything like a fucking nerd, and he was right there with me. So that was really cool. He's been great.
Yeah, he was a great player. You did a great job on that, dude.
I really appreciate those kind words, Joe. Thanks so much.
Of course, man.
Okay, let's. Joe, actually, why don't you throw out the Californias right now? The ones that we didn't get to.
A few others that I noted. Okay. What say?
No, just mine are all mixed into my list, so it gets confusing.
Oh, okay. I got you. A few others that I noted: Social Distortion, White Light, White Heat, White Trash. Bad Religion, The Gray Race, No Effects, Heavy Petting Zoo, AFI, Very Proud of You. It's a Strung Out record. Something.
Which
teenage.
One? Oh, Teenage Wasteland, dude. Suburban Teenage Wasteland Blues, so good.
Swinging Utters, Juvenile, Face to Face, the self-titled, the Vandals Christmas record, and this was the one I wanted to. This was like my third choice. The Good Riddance was second, and this was third. Which was Youth Brigade, To Sell the Truth.
Ooh.
Because I love that record.
I missed that one, and I love that. That's my favorite Youth Brigade.
I remember you talking about it with Becca, so I wanted to make sure that I noted it here, and I do really like that record. So
yeah, I love that, and I love that Swingin' Utters also.
And I know there's some others, but I
that Swingin' Utters, the song "Wind Spitting Punk" on it.
Yes.
Oh my God, what a song! That's the kind of thing, we talked about it on other pods, when you come across a record, and maybe if you listen to it for the first or second time, you just skip back and listen to the same song over and over again. Yeah. That's the song on that record for sure.
Yeah, I can spot my California hardcores here, so I can do that. The Hood 7-inch on Back to Basics, once again, 1996.
Ooh, so good, dude.
Yeah, got that, but their best shit is 98, 99. In my opinion. You got the Localism comp in 96, and we also got the Burning Dog 7-inch, Psycho Babylology. How do you say it?
Nice.
Psycho Babylology. Psycho Babylology.
Psycho, and he still can't say it right.
Psycho Babble, Ultramagnetic, Unimaginetic, Ology.
Undemagnetic.
Daniel wins the Stitchback Award. All right, let's go on to our wild card, 1996.
Wild cards.
Daniel.
Okay, I'm only going to name one for this year, and I'll just do others as the
others.
Yeah, as the almost made it.
How brave.
Bell and Sebastian, If You're Feeling Sinister.
That's a great record.
This LP came out of nowhere for me. This is the first Bell and Sebastian record I ever heard. I wasn't familiar with the kind of bands that they are tapping into, like the original dream pop type bands and twee music that they're doing. But Bell and Sebastian perfect it. Every song on here is a grade A triple threat banger, and the way all of their LPs look with the layouts of old photos and stuff, I don't know, I just absolutely love it. And if you've never heard this record, really give it a listen, because it's such an amazing LP. And if anybody wants to know a little more about it, or enjoys little small documentaries, Pitchfork did one on, like, I think they did a few on things that they called perfect albums, and it was like mini documentaries behind the record, kind of like interviewing everyone who was on it, what was going on at the time, and all of that. And they do one on this LP, and it's a really great little documentary. So, Belle and Sebastian, if you're feeling sinister, the standout track I would say is "Get Me Away From Here, I'm Dying," which is played at 98% of the fucking In the Bushes sets ever.
All right.
The end.
Joe, with your wild card.
A wild card. My wild card would be this 80s punk band that moved to Fort Collins, Colorado, called The Descendants. Everything sucks. So yes, I was going to get to it. It just in the right column. That's all.
Okay.
This record is their comeback record. They played the Whiskey. Sold out 7 or 8 nights in a row, whatever it was. I couldn't get tickets for any of it, and then Eddie hooked me up with tickets for one show, and Good Riddance hooked me up with tickets for another show, and it was phenomenal. And then I got to see him there in Soma on New Year's Eve. On this tour, everything. The Descendants were amazing, and we could go on and on for hours about the musicianship of Bill, Carl, and Stefan, but we won't. But it's great. So everything sucks. Buy it.
Yeah, one of the greatest punk comeback albums, and I wonder if
ever.
Yeah, I saw him at Soma also in the big room, and I wonder if that was New Year's Eve.
No, it wasn't.
No, Joe's talking about the New Year's Eve sports arena show.
Yeah, it's a sports arena.
Was there a barricade?
There was a barricade. Yes.
The stage was so high that it wouldn't matter.
There were two stages.
Yeah,
on either side of both ends of the basketball courts, because that's what the sports arena is, the basketball arena. And
not since '82.
Shout out Master P.
Shout out.
Good Riddance played at 11:25 to 11:55, and then the Descendants went on at midnight. So Good Riddance lucked out, I think, because everybody's going to be on the floor waiting to see the Descendants, so they just turned around and watched Good Riddance for their whole set, and they played phenomenal and all that. So yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw them at the Soma. It was like they did that Whiskey run for a week, and then they must have played like right after that.
Yeah, they played a couple shows in Soma and a couple, I think like 3 or 4 shows somewhere in San Francisco too, as well.
Okay.
Like on that same little run.
Probably Slims.
Yeah. Yeah. I imagine it would be Slims back then, especially back then. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the parking lot of Soma, like I'm loading the selling T-shirts or Good Riddance at the time, so I'm loading all the T-shirts at the sports arena. Yeah, and I'm loading the T-shirt boxes into the van, and Luke is helping me with guitars for Good Riddance. And this, what looks like kind of a bum guy, after the show's over, goes, "Oh, hey, I like your van. Oh, this is so cool, whatever." But talking to Luke, and I'm still loading boxes in, but I'm like mesmerized because I know who this guy is, and he doesn't. Luke has no fucking clue who he is. And then he walks away. The guy walks away. I'm all, "Dude, how rad was that?" Luke's all like, "Yeah, I don't know who that bum was." Well, that was fucking Bill Stevenson, dude. That's my story.
Who
would then produce the next, every Good Riddance record after that. So, yeah.
That's good. All right, Stu, wild card, 96.
Right. for my wild card, I picked 108 Threefold Misery. I found this record in a weird time, so it's like super special. But I think for '96, this is, and correct me if I'm wrong because I wasn't there, but I feel like it's kind of like an apex of '90s hardcore, or definitive. It's like the definition of. Like Victor Carr's guitar playing is so sloppily perfect on this record. And like the drumming, I know there was like an issue with getting a drummer. I think Harley was going to be the drummer for the Cro-Mags. He was going to be the drummer on this record, and they did only one practice with him, and then they decided not to have him in the band. But fuck, man, this thing hauls ass like from the first track to the last track, and there's like a full-on reggae part in this record, and where they chant Hare Krishna, and I think it's fucking rad. And give me some reggae. Love this shit, dude.
That's cool. All right, the correct answer for wild card. Dun,
Okay.
Dun. Demonstrate my style.
Demonstrate my style.
Yeah. Second Madball LP. Set It Off is so sentimental, and Set It Off, it just sounds like nothing that could ever be recaptured. But Madball coming out and their second LP being arguably as good as the first is insane. And this is the most underrated positive hardcore record ever. If you like go through the lyrics of like most of Madball, you know, they're a reality driven band lyrically. You know, I think Freddie does a great job about being honest, about his life and so forth. But this record, for whatever reason, like things were going pretty good for Freddie Madball, I think, because like this is super, super positive. The lyrics are really positive and shit. And they got, the title track is amazing. Streets of Hate to fucking to do a song that has 2 fucking notes and pull it off that insane. Like the verse is literally 2 notes. And then the chorus is like 3 notes. And it's like just a fucking great, great song. And Stu, you got the hit Pride on there. Seminole Madball song that they end every set with. So much shit on here. Daniel thinks that the side B falls off a little bit, but he's wrong. It bangs just as hard. This LP is great all the way through. And I absolutely love it. So that is my pick for 1996 Wildcard. Madball Demonstrating My Style.
Can I mention 2 wildcards that almost eclipse the one I mentioned? These are my 2 that I would have, if I was going to be a dick and do this for every single time, would have been Iron Man, Ghostface, and Coming Up by Suede. Both are in my top 100 records of all time as well. So,
okay,
there you go.
Go ahead.
Zach.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
All right, here's my honorable mentions. And again, any of these could have been my picks. I love all these albums so much. Cryptopracy. However the fuck you say that band name, I have no idea, but the LP None So Vile is like the wildest, greatest death metal album ever. I fucking love it.
Hey, that production though.
What do you think about the production?
I think that it set the tone for like late '90s death metal.
Yeah, I don't know, just because like the songs are so wild. I don't know how you would capture it. It's like it's about as much as my brain can handle. Yeah. So, Bad Religion, Gray Race. Joe had mentioned that. Descendants, Everything Sucks. He picked that. The H2O self-titled record, fucking amazing. Redemption 87. Daniel picked it. Sepultura, Roots. Fucking hardest breakdown ever, probably. Cool. The Hoods, once again, 96. Tupac, All Eyes on Me. Jay-Z, Reasonable Doubt. Keith Murray, Enigma. Nas, it was Written, Ghostface Killer, Iron Man, Floor Punch, Division 1 Champ 7-inch, 10-Yard Fight, Hardcore Pride 7-inch, Rain on the Parade, Body Bag 7-inch, Battery Until the End, The Localism Comp, The Burning Dog 7-inch, Turbo Negro, Ask Cobra, Helicopters with their greatest records, Super Shitty to the Max. Fucking love that album. 25 to Life, Keeping It Real, and Chrome, excuse me. And
Hit it.
I don't know which one it is. Hopefully it's this one.
Yeah.
Got it. I'm going to remember these things. Yeah, and then finally, Crown of Thorns, Mentally Vexed.
I'm gonna make a label for you.
I know. Well, I remember now. The blue is...
Just a few I wanted to throw out. Two that are super important to me that were almost picked, which is Propaganda, Let's Talk More Rock. I fucking love that record. And the Ensign self-titled on Indecision.
That's a good album.
Right.
Introducing DJ Shadow, The Score, Fugees, Murder Ballads,
Fugees
Nick
too.
Cave, Atlians, Outcast, Pinkerton, Weezer. That's a fucking banger. And
Avail 4 a.m. Friday.
oh yeah,
Dude, yes.
And Back Odelay. Did I lose you guys?
and the crowd goes mild.
Marilyn Manson, Antichrist Superstar.
And Zach's favorite, Sublime, self-titled.
It is so good.
And Metallica Load, the best Metallica record.
Oh,
All right. Ready to go on to 1997?
Yeah.
there's only one answer.
For 97 California Punk and Hardcore?
Yep.
Yeah.
There's only one answer?
Let's see if you got it right.
Okay, we'll see. But let's go to Daniel first.
Oh shit. I have two choices. The Built to Last EP, which is the best Built to Last ever sounded, I feel. Because it's half the way they sound on And Knowing Is Half the Battle and half the way they sound on Loyalty and Betrayal. But it's also some of their best songs, like Broken. I really love that EP. You like it too, right, Zach? Hello?
He's going to
Okay.
make a drink or something.
Dear listener, that's how much the host gives a fuck about our opinions, or particularly my opinion. Because he's just walked off from the fucking microphone while I'm asking him
He
questions.
went to go poop.
I was-
Come on.
I was grabbing my veggie tots.
Did you hear what my choice was?
Built to Last self-titled, my favorite Built to Last record as well. And then I thought you were going to talk about it for 5 minutes.
Which I was, but I was getting clarification from you. But
What was the
never mind.
question?
And then I was saying, this is your favorite Built to Last record as well, isn't it? So,
Oh, for sure.
and then crickets chirped down the phone.
Sorry, Aaron, don't hurt
All
me.
right. And the other record I chose is a 7-inch by Kill Holiday. It's their best stuff. It's in my opinion, it's a 7-inch called Meant to Let You Down, and both songs on it are fucking amazing. It's on Simba Records. Vic, who used to live in England and do a fanzine called Simba, they moved to America and then was like A&R for Rev for a million years. But she put out this 7-inch, and it is the best Kill Holiday songs there is. I mean, I love the LP that comes later as well that's on Rev, but this is, I think, the perfect amount of still the toes in hardcore and then their eyes on Britpop. It's really great.
This is the one that Rob played on, right?
No, that was Monitor Dependency.
So this is the one after Rob leaves?
This is the one after the one that Rob leaves. It's the 7-inch when they were not really operating that much, and I think Steve just wrote these songs and then they like kind of reformed and recorded them, and they're so good. I really, really recommend it. I don't know if they're available online. I'm sure they're on YouTube, so check them out. Meant to Let You Down, 7-inch by Kill Holiday.
All right, let's go on to Joe.
The correct answer is I don't know. There's not a whole lot California that I really liked.
Dang.
So what's the correct answer?
Aside of local stuff, which is I chose Ill Repute Bleed.
Yeah.
That's it. Go.
I love Bleed. We've talked about it a million times. I love this record so much. I like it more than Big Rusty Balls.
Me too.
And I like it more than the album that Joe played on that shit talked to all of us.
Me too.
Dang.
What is shit talk?
So stupid.
Yeah. Ill Repute Bleed. Can someone put this out on vinyl one day? I would much appreciate that. I hope that Fred does it. You know, because he's pretty fired.
Do it.
He's pretty fired up about putting out stuff again. And this is something I'd really love to see on
Fred
vinyl.
Fred should just sell one more straight ahead sealed LP and just put it out on that.
So crazy.
Minor Threat blank black back blank, whatever that one is.
Yeah. Okay, Stu?
The real right answer is Strife in This Defiance. This is...
I love that. Like, everyone's giving each other straight neutrality when it comes to, like,
seriously, dude.
Every pick, everyone just goes silent.
I was on mute because I'm eating tots and I'm trying not to offend you, Daniel.
Yeah, thanks. I do appreciate
are they
that.
crunchy?
I was going to get Corrales too so I could open burrito, but
that paper though. Dude, this fucking album is so heavy. Like, the amount of tremolo picking riffs on this thing always blow my mind. And, like, it has that straight edge anthem, dude. I think Force of Change is, like, the edge anthem.
Pity they didn't fucking live by it.
Yeah.
Except for Andrew. Shout out Andrew. Shout out
Yeah.
Noodles. Shout out Yano. Shout out Smelly.
How about just on the first song is Waiting, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. How about just having like a snare feel be that catchy?
Oh, dude.
Yeah. So good.
So heavy. I could live without the intro and the outro and the middle part with like screaming and like the I don't know what was really going on, but
well, if you listened to the podcast last week with Andrew, he would explain everything to you because you know 185 miles south leaves no stones unturned in our interviews.
Good.
So
well, I gotta listen to that.
Basically, what happened, I'll tell you. In case anyone missed it, then you should go back and listen to it because it was last week. But they signed like a publishing deal with someone, and basically like the record had to be X amount long. So they did all that stuff to drag the album out so it hit a certain minute mark.
Oh shit.
Yep.
Well, respect. I love the insert on this thing. Like all the negatives laid out, all those radical live shots. And I think the colorway in general is just like purple and silver, and I think it's fucking sick. I never saw this band in their prime, but I did see them. I have seen them a lot, and I loved every time I saw that band. And I loved seeing Corey IA sing Force to Change. I always thought that was fucking cool. So, yeah, shout out Blistered, heaviest breakdown ever.
Yeah, I don't know if you can get the full. I don't know if you can get the full Strife experience if you're not seeing it at the showcase with people diving on you from behind.
No.
But, cool.
Fuck that.
Good record. All these picks are fucking great. But 1997, you motherfuckers!
I know what you're picking. Can I guess?
Yeah.
Dude Ranch, Blink-182.
Fucking
You guys know,
great LP. No lie, great LP.
Daniel, you know what I'm picking.
97, California, built to last. Oh no, Powerhouse. Duh.
Who?
Oh yeah, dude.
Who?
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 Yeah.
Yeah, that song's on the 7-inch. I'm choosing the record, the full length. And it is Powerhouse No Regrets. This is one of the greatest hardcore albums of all time.
It's a CD, bro.
It's a CD. That's true. And it's a goddamn shame it never made it onto vinyl. Someone should put it out. I can't believe that some European...
Come on, Fred, put it out.
185 Miles record.
That's what I'm saying. You got all kinds of time, Zach, right?
Yeah, not all kinds of money during COVID. But yeah, I would like someone to put this out. That would be awesome. I think that they were talking about it. Someone was going to do it. But yeah, this album sounds like nothing before it or after it. And it is absolutely classic California hardcore. It's like half New York hardcore and then half like them doing a California spin on it. So it's like, it's fully like Wild style, but firmly rooted in New York hardcore. So fucking
and Chris
hard.
is from New Jersey, grew up in the NYHC scene, so he brings that flavor to the Oakland maniacs.
Yeah, and it's so... Oakland Police Department. Yeah, so fucking hard, so catchy. Like, that breakdown on Nothing Sacred with the sing-along, and then just that long fucking build-up into it with, like, the bass walking and so forth.
Dude.
That is one of the greatest hardcore songs ever. And, and then straight into Ignorant One. Holy fuck. Like, we don't need the fucking Ku Klux Klan. So sick.
That sounds hard as shit. But I Should Have Known has such a good fucking lead.
Yeah, and I Should Have Known with like the woes. Like that's a fucking party ass song. And like it's a good take on like a breakup song. That's a song about a girl. And it's fucking sick. This album just straight through. If you guys haven't heard it, Powerhouse No Regrets. One of my favorite albums of all time. It's been talked about on the podcast as much as we talked about Ill Repute Bleed and fuck. I don't know. What are the top 5 most talked about records on the podcast? Those two and then Unbroken for sure.
The Reflection. Is it Reflections the song?
Yeah, Reflections the song. So
and funeral oration discography.
Which CD?
But yeah. That's my pick. That's California. So Joe, you want to take us to the honorable mentions of California?
Yeah, I didn't have a whole lot more. Like I said, I also noted. Dude Ranch. Like I said, I was making a joke. No use for name making friends.
It's not a joke. It's a great record.
Well, yeah, it is. Pennywise, Full Circle, Lagwagon, Double Platinum. There's a ton of hardcore stuff that I just didn't bother trying to write it all down because I knew that you guys would pick the right stuff. So
I'll tell you the good stuff.
Yeah, go for it, please.
Well, it should come in after. It's a lot of it's not California.
Okay, well then don't touch
it.
Okay, let's go on to Wild Card 97, Daniel.
Okay, this is a year where I'm not kidding. There may have been 20 choices valid. But what I did was I whittled it down to 3 records, and I put them into 2 categories. So the ones that I listened to literally till I think my record player was going to break that year, plus still loving them today, are Ladies and Gentlemen, We're Floating in Space by Spiritualized and Urban Hymns by The Verve. Both of those records still mean the world to me. And that year, I don't think besides hardcore and some hip-hop records, of course, I don't think I listened to anything more than those 2. And then the record that I have since discovered and fallen in absolute love with, and it is my favorite record by one of my absolute favorite artists, is The Boatman's Call by Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. Those are my three choices for this. If anybody hasn't listened to Ladies and Gentlemen, We're Floating in Space, it is a record by someone who is an author. Like this guy Jason Spaceman, he's originally from the Spaceman 3, and he does Spiritualized now. He designs and writes every part of every song and then gets good musicians to come in and play it. And this is the record of him being brokenhearted after being broken up with. The interesting fun fact is Richard Ashcroft from The Verve stole Jason Spaceman's girlfriend. So the record that the girl that Ladies and Gentlemen is written about went with the guy that The Verve has written all these positive, lovely songs about. So it's a fun dichotomy there. But if you want to hear what a broken heart sounds like on a record, listen to Ladies and Gentlemen, We're Floating in Space. It is unbelievable. And not many people do it that much these days, like actually just sit with headphones on and listen to the layering of a song. But the title track of this, the way it's sung in the round and each pass comes with more layers and more layers, it's probably one of the most beautiful songs of all time.
Funny you should say that, Dan.
What were you going to say?
Well, it's just funny you say that about the headphones, because I recently listened to the new Retaliate record with headphones on, and holy shit. God damn, shit sounds good.
Or right. The best band ever. So
hey,
the best.
Let's go to Joe with his wild card.
Joe, you gonna ask something then for a second though?
Is this? You're mentioning these two bands, and then they have their drama between each other. Did they go on tour together?
No, I don't think
like in the middle of that drama?
Yeah. No, before that drama. Like when the Verve were a lot noisier. Back in the when Verve were just called Verve, not The Verve.
Oh, okay.
Before they got sued by the jazz label to change their name to The Verve. Okay. That's how Richard Ashcroft met Kate Ridley from Spiritualized, who then
I must have them mixed up with somebody else, because there's somebody else where a girl, like they're completely different coasts, whatever. It doesn't matter. Anyway.
Yeah.
I had to choose two records, and there were a whole bunch of others.
I know what one of them is.
What's that?
OK Computer.
Nope.
No? Oh, yeah. All right.
That's one of the ones that almost made the list, but
yeah,
it's Lifetime Jersey's Best Dancers and Sick of It All Built to Last.
Nice.
I can't have one without the other, and vice versa. So, I love them.
Daniel's giving you time to talk. You should take advantage of it. Okay, then. What?
Sorry.
No, nothing.
I'm cutting. I just lost you guys. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Jersey's Best Dancers, great record. Sick of It All, Built to Last, great record. Fourth LP of a hardcore band. It's insane. Insane to do 4 good records. But Jersey's Best Dancers, my favorite Lifetime for sure. Actually, well, I never listened to any of the ones after this, but this is the only one that I like. I don't really like Hello Bastards, except for the last song. I think the last song is one of the best Lifetime songs. The Ostrich-sized or Ostracized or whatever. But yeah, Jersey's Best Dancers, absolutely love it.
Yeah, we talked about that before. But I remember back in '97, like you did love this record.
Oh, I love it.
It's something
I have it on vinyl.
It's something that you and I talked about it. You and I talked about that. Like, oh man, this record's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's like you wished you could sing like that, so you could be in a band that played songs like that.
Yeah, man. I love this record.
That's sick.
And I love the Saves the Day record, the first one. So, oh, you're crazy, Dana.
My thoughts, exactly, dude. No, dude. A lifetime over Saves the Day for sure.
Oh,
Well, I think this is better than the Saves the Day, but I also love that for Saves the Day. I mean, they're
good.
the only other band that did this style, and they do it great on that record. Daniel, were you at the Shea Cafe show when Saves the Day played?
I was at the very first Saves the Day came to San Diego, which was at the Empire Club with Bane.
Okay.
And I was bummed on them because of how much of a lifetime rip it was.
Mm. Well, that
the
show
Chaser sounds slightly later on, but
that show merged with when Battery and Tenured Fight were touring at the showcase.
Then I was there.
No, at the showcase. I saw that one there.
Oh, okay.
But no, Saves the Day, they headlined like solo, I think, the next time they came out at the Shea.
Okay.
It was fucking great. It was awesome.
Probably gave it a pass.
What a dick. All right. Let's move on to Stu.
For 97 wild card, I'm picking Hatebreed. Satisfaction is the death of desire.
Yes, me too.
Dang.
Me too.
Because this shit's hard as fuck. Like,
Throne.
yeah, dude, that fucking song, man.
Yeah.
There's a video of me on YouTube playing that song really bad. If you ever want to dive deep.
How big of a Hatebreed fan do you have to be clicking Hatebreed songs to end up to like the very last video on YouTube that Stu playing a Hatebreed song? Like I've watched.
Yeah, it literally says "Conceived through an act of violence" by Stu Wilson.
I've watched 27,463 Hatebreed videos on YouTube, and finally I got to the one of Stu playing.
What we need to do is do a Patreon pod deep dive on that YouTube vid.
Yeah, be like, hey, that roll at 115 was weak as fuck. Yeah,
hard, dude.
This album is so great, and it's the hardcore game changer. Like, if you even look at like so the Strife record came out the same year, right? In this Defiance,
yeah.
It's a perfect example because Strife is like a heavy hardcore band that had fast parts, but their style was not based around breakdowns. Like, they were not a breakdown band. Like, that's why the breakdown on
they're a build up. They're a build up band.
They're a hype build up band.
Yeah, build up and sing along, and that's why the breakdown on Blistered was like so notable, right? It's like they did like a big breakdown part. But Hatebreed comes out, they do this record where every song is like under 2 minutes. And every song has fucking Blistered. Yeah, and every song has a fucking breakdown in it, and it changed the fucking game. And almost every band overnight had a breakdown in every song. You know, like before this, like all of hardcore, like you're not having breakdowns in every single song, and everything after this, like hardcore switches to being like about the breakdown. You know, so, but no one ever
great graphic design,
dude. I was just gonna say. We need to like talk about the Hatebreed logo and how fucking ignorant that shit is.
Yeah. And also the fact that whoever did the artwork for this LP was like, well, I've got this new font package. Let me use all of them.
Well, it's very...
Let's use illegible cursive.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm going to use it on the t-shirts too.
Yeah, well...
YOLO.
This LP is...
I wouldn't change it.
It's carried on the strength of the songs, and the logo is very of the time, but it's also very iconic. Like, you know what it is. Like, if you saw that font, you would fucking know it's Hatebreed. So there's something there's something to
Flaming lowercase Old English, dude.
Yeah.
It's so fucking sick.
Just so rad.
As someone who has some sick flamework tattoos from the 90s, I can rep that.
Oh, so tight.
Joe, you trying to say something?
I was just saying. I was going to say that it's really unfortunate because they're a great band and they seem like pretty nice guys. The only time I met them once, but it's unfortunate the fucking knuckleheads that back these.
Yes,
guys.
I was going to bring that up. Like coming into the aggressive music, like I thought Hatebreed was cool, but people were like, "Don't listen to Hatebreed; they're a racist band."
Right.
And
And it's
then,
dude,
it
oh
was
yeah.
like a big deal. Like,
I
I mean,
never
I was
heard
getting
that.
into
Still,
hardcore like
still
early
people
2000s.
think that.
Yeah. I mean, the Hatebreed mustache guy did it too.
In fact,
he ruined it.
In fact, there was a meme I just saw yesterday during the riots of, you know, how can you tell which guys are the cops in, cops the undercover cops? He's the guy in the Hatebreed shirt.
That's stupid.
Dang.
I know it's stupid, but it's still, they still have that perception. That's all I was getting.
But that's
at.
just
And they're not that at all.
But
they're not that at all.
But if you're a metal band and you get this big, you're gonna have like some idiots to follow you. I mean, how's that different than Slayer?
Well, I know.
Yeah.
I get it.
I didn't know Zach was an undercover cop.
Jesus. Nope.
I'm not talking shit.
I'm built like the average cop, but definitely not a cop. So, but anyway, all right. I'm gonna go into my honorable mentions for '97. And this list, like, it's crazy how those early '90s and then up through '96, I feel like the lists were huge. And '97, my list is pretty slim.
It got a little tough.
Yeah, 25 to Life, Straight Through Unity, Blood for Blood, Spit My Last Breath, Lifetime Jersey Best Dancers, Wu-Tang Clan, Wu-Tang Forever, the first Jedi Mind Tricks LP. It'll take the rest of the pod to read out the whole name if I read it. The Kill Your Idols 12-inch EP, and Funeral Oration, the second LP on Hopeless called Believer. Those
Floor
are
Punch?
Good.
The Floor Punch LP came out this year? No. It's 98, I think.
Or is it next year? Okay.
I had Common, One Day It All Makes Sense, Depeche Mode Ultra, H2O Thicker Than Water, His Hero's Gone, Monument to Thieves, which is my favorite record from them, Hot Water Music, Forever and Counting, and then Ensign, Direction of Things to Come.
Yeah, that's
that
it.
song that Lou sings on.
Yeah. Oh.
Epic.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
15 years.
Fuck Nitro Records. Sorry, Noodles.
Fuck. See, you didn't have to shout out to Noodles. You didn't have to shout out to Noodles so early. It would have come in on the Nitro Records thing. Yeah,
no, you always got to shout Noodles out early.
I have one honorable
or he'll try to push you off stage.
Go, Stu. What is it?
AFI, Shut Your Mouth and Open Your Eyes. Great fucking record.
Yeah.
Cool.
I've got a lot of honorable mentions.
Go ahead, Daniel.
Radiohead, OK Computer, The Prodigy, Fat of the Land, Oasis, Be Here Now, Daft Punk, Homework, Wu-Tang Forever, When I Was Born for the Seventh Time, Corner Shop, Blur, Self-Titled, Primal Scream, Vanishing Point, The Velvet Rope, Janet Jackson, Biggie, Life After Death, How the Fuck, what an amazing record. Supergrass, In It for the Money, Godspeed You Black Emperor's first record, Charlatans, Telling Stories, Mariah, Butterfly, Portishead, and where's the Fun Crusher Plus, Company Flow.
I didn't realize that Portishead record was this late. This is
the second one. The first one is Sour Times. The second one is self-titled.
And then the third one is Dummy.
I mean, the first one's Dummy. Sour Times is the single. This one's Portishead. Oh, and Dots and Loops, Stereo Lab. Such a great record.
Isn't one of those Portishead albums you're supposed to line it up with like that documentary series Planet Earth? I think you're supposed to. I don't know. I heard that once. Like you're supposed to do it like, how you're supposed to do Pink Floyd with what is it? Alice in Wonderland.
Wizard of Oz, man. The Wizard of Oz.
When the crow knocks 3 times, that's when you push play.
Yeah, I heard you do one of those Jesus. One of those Portishead albums you do with the Planet Earth, and it's supposed to be awesome. But I don't know. Anyway, quick
also
pause.
Dropkick Murphys record, that Do or Die.
Oh, I love that record.
That song is so good.
Dude,
Yeah, I forgot to mention it.
that one song, the I went to see the Stiff Little Fingers Band. So good, dude. And then the last song on the record that about like the skinhead that never returned. Did he ever return? No, he never returned. So good. I love that record. I'm gonna take
I love that first singer so much. His voice is so good.
so good. And then he like there aren't that many songs that get that singy in the band he did after. What's the band he did after?
Street Dogs?
That's right.
Is it that band?
Yeah. Like I love that song, the Toby's Got a Drinking Problem song. But yeah, other than that, I never super got into Street Dogs. But when we used to always go to the PB pub, Daniel, we used to put that song on the jukebox. Then we'd all yell like whoever was with us, like Charlie, he's got a drinking problem, or whoever we get their name shouted because we were always there drinking. But whatever. Shout out PB pub.
The song Get Up on that Dropkick record on Do or Die, Get Up, it is one of the catchiest, most awesome songs ever, and it's like total like empowering song. Super cool.
Yeah, that's the song I sang. Went to see the Stiff Little Fingers Band.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that shit because I love when like bands are referential like that. Like, oh, I went to see the Stiff Little Fingers Band, and he's like, that dude is the punkest guy, Dude Declare or whatever. It's so fucking sick. But yeah.
Shout out, set your goals.
What's that?
I just didn't recognize the melody from your version. I'm sorry.
All right. Okay, let's move on to 1998. Someone's way up on the mic when they're like, shit is crazy.
It's Muttley and Dick Dastardly.
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
Definitely me, dude.
Okay,
it's me fucking laughing, dude.
So, take your lips off the mic, like just by a centimeter. Okay. 1998, California punk and hardcore. Daniel.
Okie dokie. 98. It's a tougher year for me to kind of remember what was going on. So you may mention something that I'll go, oh yeah. But when I was thinking, a record that I listened to an awful lot that year and still will put on from time to time. And in thinking about these picks, I actually listened to it again. And it's so fucking awesome and so different from everything else. Is the Locust LP. It starts with that moth-eaten deerhead song, and the noise that they're making their guitars do as like a rising cacophony of noise sounds like a swarm, like coming upon you. Not to mention like the album artwork with those giant locusts, like they took that thing from a Queen poster and made it into their own record cover is amazing. They have the keyboard that basically does the breaks, like almost like the mosh leads. And that song, Moth-Eaten Deerhead, if you've never heard it, like obviously it's power violence, like extreme power violence. So it doesn't necessarily lend itself to what you would think of being a mosh part, but the keyboard breaks, it goes, and then they go back into a super blast beat part, and then it breaks into that with the whole band doing it. It's fucking hard. Like, listen to it. It's so hard.
Yes.
And what an original band. And to sound so abrasive and so insane and still gather that many fans that don't know how to move to your music. That's my favorite thing about seeing a Locust show. It's literally people just having epilepsy in the crowd. Like everybody's, yeah, they don't know what to do to the music, so they just flop around like fish. Really love this record. So good.
Is this the first LP?
The first full length LP. They did a 10-inch split with Menace the Bastard. And then they did an amazing right before this, they did an amazing 7-inch, which I almost picked on a different year on GSL as well. But this LP is their first, what you would call full length, before they went off onto other labels. And I really, really dig it.
Cool. All right, let's move on to Joe.
Okay. Yeah, I went with here. I'll sing a lyric, or I'll just talk it. Who will be their voice? Who will hear their cries? The ones that cannot speak. You know the song.
Yeah, good riddance, dude.
Waste. Good riddance. Bells from the Revolution. So when I worked for Good Riddance, they were writing all of these songs. So I got to see all of this stuff, live every day during sound checks and stuff like that. And this record probably means more. I don't really like the quality of the recording. I think it's the worst sounding one, Good Riddance record, but it's my favorite songs.
It's a good record.
Yeah.
I don't like the hardcore type stuff on it. I think that Good Riddance is better playing songs that sound like Good Riddance. But yeah, like the Meat Is Murder song was kind of like, I don't know. Russ, he writes really good smart lyrics. So it was weird to I don't know, I always feel like they dumb it down when they try to do hardcore stuff, which is kind of weird.
Choices Made is a good song.
There's so many good songs.
I think that's a pretty hardcore song. I think it's a pretty hardcore song.
Yeah. But this album's great. I love the first 3 Good Riddance albums. So good. I never thought about the production being bad on this, I guess.
Same.
It's just, it's like an in-between record. It's the last one with Ryan. And it just sounds a little bit weird, that's all.
So it is a Ryan Green production, but it doesn't sound good?
It is, yeah.
Huh. Well, that's a first.
And it came out like early 98. And then also the same year, I believe, is the Clock Tower one, which I couldn't remember earlier.
Back to the Future. Doesn't that have a big clock tower in it?
It does. This is the Santa Cruz Clock Tower. But
we went up and saw him play like the giant hall in Santa Cruz, I think right when this album came out, and it was so fun. Good Riddance was great. And this time, I mean, they were just a perfect live band to go see, because they were a punk band that could play for an hour and you wouldn't get bored. And right. It's so rad earlier in their career because to be a Good Riddance fan, a lot of their deep cuts are the best songs. I love, every single song on Forgotten Country, and then, we're talking about songs like Wrong Again being one of the best songs. And then the whole second record, and it's so rad to get to see them at that time because they're basically playing all your favorite songs. So if they play for an hour, you're not bored. And there's very few punk or hardcore bands I could watch for an hour and not be bored by.
Let me back up. Yeah. Or sorry, never mind.
Okay, yeah. So let's go to Stu for your California Punk and Hardcore 1998.
I picked Strung Out Twisted by Design. This is the most important record pretty much ever to me because it was the first one I ever heard in my life. I heard it around when it came out, so 1998, and it was actually the first time I ever went rock climbing, which is another really important thing in my life. So it was cool to be introduced to two of the same things that are still prevalent at the same time. Life of My Own, not Life of My Own, Mind of My Own. That was the song, and it was forever stuck in my head, and still just means so fucking much to me. But the playing on this thing is insane. I think they're playing like a thrash metal band. They haul so much ass, and the riffs are so riffy and shreddy. And
out of all those Fat Records bro punk bands, which I don't know, no disrespect to anyone who thinks I'm way off base calling all these bands that, but out of all those, Strung Out was the one that I I kind of had a bit more of a shine to, because they were so blazing metal as well as being like really catchy punk, you know.
So catchy.
They also sang about more serious topics.
Yeah, it's something like later on, like I feel like I could relate to, like knowing that they were from Simi Valley and like talking about, you know, having like a mom who was a drunk and then having a dad like look over after the family. Like I can't relate to that exactly, but it's just like that hardship like always kind of resonated with me. And yeah, man, love this fucking record. And like the art's super crazy, like the fonts and like the dolls all fucked up looking and stuff. Like it was just really it just really brought it to my attention. And super important record for me, like the most important record for me, actually.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I never even heard it. I only listened to the first two.
Fucking listen to that shit, dude.
I will. Right when I get done with Bell and Sebastian.
I know you're not going to listen to any of my recommendations, but it's your loss.
No, I actually enjoy. I enjoy like your list because it's stuff I've never listened to before. So it's nice to have people toss out like the absolute best stuff, because I do dabble in other styles, man. Like I do love. I mean, I'm a poser in a lot of other styles. Like I fucking love Massive Attack, like a lot. But that's like, you know, a band does a certain style and I like the most popular one. You know what I mean? Or I like Portishead. I guess they'd be like, they're kind of in that trip hop thing, right? Would they be similar, Daniel?
Both. Yeah, Massive Attack, Tricky, and Portishead are probably like the big three.
Yeah.
For trip hop.
Yeah.
Like the Mount Rushmore.
Yeah. I mean, I try to do, Tricky's in Massive Attack though, right?
No, he was an affiliate. He did his own thing. Yeah.
Okay.
But he's from Bristol. All that stuff is from Bristol, England. Like it's from the West Country. It's like a very particular geographic sound.
Gotcha. Okay. Joe already went. It's my turn. Okay. I'm going. Fuck. It was so hard not to do the Hoods Alone EP. Because that CD is the shit. Once again, 1998. Those days are here. Once again, I feel it's so good.
Every year, dude, they need to do that every year.
Yeah, I mean, they did it a lot of different years. that song stayed in the set list for a long time. But yeah, they're so cool of being like straightforward, but then also like they're walking the line of creativity a lot in here while being like still straight hardcore. But my choice for 1998 is Life's Halt. We sold our souls for hardcore.
No, that was my second choice.
Yeah, this 7-inch
right behind the Locust. Yeah,
this 7-inch rips and doesn't. They're not LARPers, so it's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
but yeah, this is just ripping hardcore. And like I remember one time, like I was trying to like dissect it because it's just like when you listen to it, you're just like, this is fucking fast and furious, but they're not fucking with like really blast beats or anything. He's just playing a straight beat as fast as he can. And I was like listening to the riffs and like then I was thinking like these are actually really basic riffs. Like these could be like incense songs, but they're just like playing them twice as fast. And they were like fully Mad Men live. Like, you know, before I can't remember the drummer that was like the main drummer that played on all this stuff before Noel.
Kevin.
No, it wasn't Kevin. No, he was
really.
Yeah, he yeah. No.
Kevin from No Reply was in it for a bit, right?
No, I don't think so. It was like this main dude, and then it went to Noel.
Yeah.
But anyway, he was just.
I see.
Go ahead, Daniel. What were you gonna say?
What? Oh no, I was just saying. I see Noel up here quite a lot.
Oh.
These days because he works at a tattoo shop.
Okay. Well, the original drummer was like a total fucking ripper guy, but like he wasn't super skilled. He was just blasting as fast as he could. And like I remember the first time we ever saw him at like Chain Reaction, before it was Chain Reaction, it was Public Storage. Like they just fully fell apart. Like they used to cover Oxnard for us because we were like their first fans, and they'd play it, we'd come and sing along, and then like The drummer just like would fall apart and like destroy his kit and shit. And then the next guy they got was just really fucking good. And this was like the main lineup for a long time until Noel came in the band, who's also a great drummer. But this 7-inch is so fucking good, so catchy, lots of really good like positive messages, and I love it. It marks a time in hardcore that I loved participating, and I loved the bands, and it was fun meeting a million new people that were like all in bands that ruled, and that's it. So this is my pick. Joe, what are the
Monster Joe? Fuck you.
Yep, so many classics. Joe, what are the honorable mentions for California punk and hardcore?
There was also Rancid Life Won't Wait.
There's your Clash record.
The Donna's American Teenage. And that's all I really had. I know there's a bunch of other hardcore stuff.
Okay, so let's go on to Wildcard. Daniel, 1998 Wildcard.
Of California? Oh, no.
Wildcard.
Oh, the Wildcard choice. Okay. I narrowed it all the way down to one record.
All right.
Good job.
Thank you. Massive Attack, Mezzanine.
Is this your favorite?
Yeah.
Is this the biggest one? It is, right? It's the one they did, like, they toured on last year?
Yep.
Okay.
What a great show.
I sold my ticket, like, 2 days before.
You sold your soul.
Yep. Well, it was supposed to be in, like, February, and I was all fired up, and then they canceled it until, like, September or something. And then I was like,
Yeah.
I had something else. So, but it was great.
Yeah.
The show was great.
So good.
Mm.
So good. And just the mood of like this record when it first came out, and they have I can't remember her name, but from the Cocteau Twins singing the classic song Teardrop. Just unbelievable. Like, we were talking the other day about Integrity, like just having a tone, a mood, and a kind of vibe that comes across just by the music. The moodiness that comes across on Mezzanine is so awesome. It's a timeless record. It could sound fresh as hell today,
You don't feel the same way about Blue Lines?
No, just because of the way that they. I mean, I do feel Trip Hop in general kind of sounds, pretty timeless, but I feel like the songwriting is better on this.
Yeah, which is interesting because there's an album in between the two, I think, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Blue Lines is my favorite. I love it. Just how it comes in.
So good.
Yeah. But yeah, I love this pick, Daniel. Let's go on to Joe.
Yeah, I went my old trusty, and I went with Operation Phoenix. Good riddance.
All right.
With
Hell yeah, dude.
With a very, very close second, No Motive, The Sadness Prevails.
Is this a Good Riddance pod?
It is today.
Now it is.
I got a Good Riddance tattoo, so I kind of like this band.
So what is awesome on this album?
Everything. The opening track, Shadows of Defeat, with a Martin Luther King intro, which is very poignant these days. There's a great song called Shit Talking Capitalists. It's fantastic. Good subject. Letters Home, 30 Day Wonder.
Who's that song about?
Slayer.
What's like how would you describe Good Riddance's sound at this point? This is the fourth LP?
Fourth, yep.
Okay. So where is this in progression after the third one?
Okay, so it's the first record with, at the Blasting Room with Bill Actually, I don't know if they did it at the Blasting Room, but Bill and Jason, the Blasting Room guys, came and recorded it with them. Yeah, that's a good question. I can't remember which is which. Anyway, I don't know. It sounds like Good Riddance to me. And I think they perfected their that mid-tempo punk rock thing, hardcore piece that they do. Many of these songs show that. Now, I know what you're talking about, that you don't like the pure hardcore stuff that they do. But there's some really good songs like that on this record. So you might want to give it a try. And in fact, some of this stuff, they even go even further, and there's a whole, because they're working with Bill and they're learning Black Flag songs. Bill wrote a bunch of that stuff too, despite what maybe said. And so they, there's a bunch of feel of that Black Flag or Blast feeling in their music at this point too. So
okay, all right.
Yeah, Santa Cruz playing Santa Cruz.
Yeah.
All right, Stu, let's go on to your wild card for 98.
98, I picked Converge, Forever Comes Crashing. Oh, yeah. Dude, the opening track is like a sock to the fucking face.
Hold on, wait.
What?
Did we miss something?
What do you mean?
No.
Okay.
This
Go on.
is a dirty ass metalcore record. Like, I think the production is different from everything else that was coming out around that time. It sounds, for me at least, sounds like more like kind of like a crust punky, like His Hero Is Gone type of record. But with that crazy Converge metal style, because like I feel like what?
I was just to say, they sound wild. Like, there's nothing like it.
Nothing, dude. Nothing. And like you hear the Starkweather, you hear the Rorschach, but they like take it and turn it to fucking 11. Yeah. And they like take all those kind of shiny parts that make those two prior bands special and just like blow it to a fucking oblivion. On this record for sure. Like, this is my favorite Converge one, actually. Just that song Leather Bomb, dude. Like, it's just Palm Mute Zero.
What's the name of the song that opens with the alarm clock sound and then goes into like almost like a metalcore matador? Like,
yeah. I don't know.
Hey.
So sick, and I hope it's on this record, or I'm just sounding like an idiot.
All right, great pick.
Yeah, dude.
Let me, Zach, did you mention your 98 wild card?
Yeah, because me and Stu both had Hatebreed.
Okay. All right. That's why I got skipped.
It's cool. I'll choose another if you want another.
No, I didn't. Wasn't Hatebreed for 97?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I didn't say a 98. Wait, what?
I didn't say a 98 either.
Zach hasn't gone yet. We're on 98. We're on 98, and you just did Good Riddance.
Yeah. Well, I fucked up because that's for 99. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, so you fucked up.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's okay.
Zach told me, what's your 99? That's what I thought. So.
And we're gonna have to review that to see. I think I just got tossed under the bus for something I didn't say.
Blame the host. Blame the host.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Hashtag not my host.
No, I fucked up.
All right, Zach, what's your 98 wild card? And then, Joe, you can say yours after with a dunce cap on, face in the corner.
Unless it's my fault, but yeah. Well, wait, Joe, what was your 98 California?
Ballads from the Revolution from Good Riddance.
Oh.
Yeah, just all Good Riddance all the time.
Yeah, just pick every Good Riddance album.
All right. My 98 wild card is Dillinger 4, Midwestern Songs of the Americas. This is the first Dillinger 4 full length. They had just done a bunch of 7 inches before it. So, this is a band that they really created their own sound, and I absolutely love them. They're poetic in the lyrics, but not pretentious, and like political with not being like over the top with it. Just really creative lyrically and musically. Nothing else sounds like it. And then like this record, the way it sounds is wild too. Like it sounds loud, even if you don't listen to it loud. Like it sounds like it's surging. Like when you turn up like a Marshall, like loud, how it's supposed to sound, and it has like it actually gets the tone that it should have. Like that's how this record sounds to me. Absolutely love it. And it's another record that I love the second side more than the first side. And so yeah, side B I absolutely love. I think it's perfect. And kind of like how I said with the Lifetime, my favorite Lifetime album is Jersey's Best Dancers, but I'd like to start it with the last song off the previous LP. Side B is my favorite, but the last song on side A going into side B is actually my favorite. So yeah, I love this fucking record. And everyone should check it out if they haven't. It is Dillinger 4, Midwestern Songs of the Americas. Joe, what is your 98 wild card?
Let's be quick. Kid Dynamite, self-titled.
Nice.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So good, dude.
That's a great choice.
Do you guys like the first one or the second one more? The first one or the second one
I'd
more?
say first for me.
First one.
I like the second one.
I do really like the second one a lot, but the first one is way better.
They came along and had their own kind of sound that touches on a million other sounds, but it's their own sound, and it is so good. If any listener out there hasn't checked out the band Kid Dynamite, definitely do so.
I should revisit it again because I didn't like it then.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, I feel like when this band came out, I mean, I wasn't there, but it's like I felt like they were well put together right out the gate. Like,
oh yeah,
because
they're Lifetime
it's guys from.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
it's Wagon Shoot's drumming, fucking unreal,
dude. It's so fucking good.
Not immediately out of Lifetime, but because he was in Ink and Dagger at that time, just prior to Kid Dynamite.
Yeah.
Obviously, Yeems playing guitar. The singer was unknown at that time, and then the bass player was from Ink and Dagger as well. But yeah, they were a great band.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
All right, while you should recheck it out, and they also do a split with your boys 88 Fingers Louie.
No, I know. I should check out the whole thing.
So good.
It's just that after I didn't want Lifetime to break up after Jersey's Best Dancers. I love that record. They should have fucking played off it.
You were mad at Kid Dynamite.
Well, yeah, because they break up, they do Kid Dynamite, and then everyone loves Kid Dynamite and shit. I'm like, why couldn't we like Lifetime and have them be more popular and like come out here and play shows? Like, what the fuck? Plus, like,
but their popularity exploded after Jersey Best Dancers came out, and they were already broken up when that record came out.
They were still a pretty popular band while they were around, though. To be
nowhere near what happened after Jersey's Best.
Yeah,
I feel like Kid Dynamite's first show was with Burn and Four Punch.
Kid Dynamite was like big on the out the gate. Okay, so let's.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah,
let's.
Wildcard albums. Here you go. Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Ray of Light Madonna, which is a very underrated record. Moon Safari, Air, Unimaginatic Aquanemonai by Outkast. EXO, Elliott Smith, that is fucking good. Is This Desire, PJ Harvey, Most Def and Talib Kweli are Black Star. What a fucking amazing record. Yeah. This Is Hardcore by Pulp. So good. Moonpix by Cat Power. Now, almost what I chose for this year, Science Fiction by Uncle. I don't know if anyone's familiar with that record. It is one of the best albums of all time. Boy with the Arab Strap, Bell and Sebastian, Moment of Truth, Gangstar, Capital Punishment, Big Pun, Hard Knock Life, Jay-Z, Shape of Punk to Come, Refused.
Ugh.
Obviously, it's a bit jaded now, but when it came out, it was really fucking good.
Amazing.
End Hits, Fugazi, and 400 Degrees. Juvenile, huh? You like this record, huh? It's so sick, huh?
I think you got almost all of mine.
Also,
Sorry.
Alkaline Trio. God damn it.
Ugh.
I know. Suicide Machines, Battle Hymns. His Hero's Gone, The Plot Thickens, which is another great His Hero's Gone record.
It's a great album title.
Yeah. Saves the Day, Can't Slow Down. Blood for Blood, Revenge. Beastie Boys, Hello Nasty.
Oh yeah, Shadow Joe.
Chili Peppers record. And also, Lucinda Williams, Car Wheels on the Gravel Road, came out this year. And that's a great record if you like a little Americana country.
This is the year that I had the Dropkick Murphys album. Did we say it was 97? Anyway, whatever. Daniel, the one that you missed that I got is the first Killer Priest LP, Heavy Mental. Holy fuck.
Oh, yeah.
So good. Gangstar Moment of Truth was almost my pick. It's my favorite Gangstar record. Good. And so...
Mine too.
Yeah.
Mine too.
I love it.
Just beats out Hard to Earn. Well, obviously, Full Clip is the best, but it's the best album. It doesn't count.
Well, okay. Moment of Truth is best. Like, cohesive album that, like, takes you on a journey. The other records got fucking bangers. But this album, like, through and through, if I had to give it to someone, I would give them this one. The only thing
Hey, Zach, real quick. You're right about Dropkick. It was recorded in 97, and the release date was supposed to be in December 97, but it got pushed to 98.
Okay. So. And the only other things I got on here that haven't been mentioned yet was Kill Your Rattles, this is just the beginning, 10-inch. Agnostic Front's comeback album, Something's Gotta Give.
Written by Lars.
He wrote it?
Pretty much.
Okay.
The comeback record? Yeah, I think he did.
I would doubt it. It doesn't... Oh, anyway, whatever. Okay. Cool. Let's move on to 90...
Maybe it's not that one.
This one's fucking awesome. I love it. Okay, let's move on.
99.
Yep, 99. California Punk and Hardcore. Go ahead, Daniel.
Camel Clutch Records, In Control demo.
Hey.
Actually, not on Camel Clutch, just self-released. I don't know why. I don't know I didn't put it. I don't know I didn't put a fucking thing on it. Stupid.
Wanted to keep the tapes and the thongs separated.
No, I hadn't.
Shout out,
you know what? The thongs actually keep the cheeks separated. The reason why it's not on Camel Clutch is because
shout out Tony Simple.
Camel Clutch doesn't exist yet. So
yeah,
I just hadn't thought about it yet. Anyway, okay, go on. Sorry,
you hadn't drawn the logo yet.
Yeah, that's
Did you
Eris.
draw that shit, dude?
No, that's Eris. That's Spitflow. He's the guy that did the new 185 Mile South logo.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, how's that for a tie-in? A stitch back. And Stu,
it looks great.
Stu, you will appreciate that he also did that. It doesn't matter, like the guy blowing his head off.
No fucking way, dude.
Yeah, same dude. Eris, I love his art. I love that kind of art. But sorry, Daniel. Go ahead.
When this tape came out, I must have played it into the ground. Like, I really, really loved all these songs. Crash and Burn, what an opener. Hometown Pride, such a fucking banger. And then the Nardtro. Like, I could listen to the Nardtro on loop for the rest of my life and be happy. It's such a great record, well, such a great tape. And I really love it. And it captures a moment in time for me that it was that tipping point to where the scene for the next 3 to 4 years was just going to be in my opinion, the best time in my lifetime for like California shows, from going all the way from, basically San Francisco to San Diego with lots and lots of bands all getting along and putting each other on, and just all the same kids at the same shows, just all having fun, knowing each other's lyrics and everything. Just perfect time in hardcore and a perfect tape.
Well, I appreciate that. It's always crazy to me. I forget that the Life's Halt 7-inch that I called out for 98 is like that early. Because they're lumped in, with all this stuff, and they're one of the most important.
Well, they were riding on that 7-inch for a good 5 years.
that was their satisfaction, as the death of desire. But yeah,
seriously,
yeah, because it was a long time until they did. Well, no, they did the No Reply split, and then they finally did that What Happens Next split.
Yeah, but the thing is, they were right. Like, people, like, Satisfaction was an overnight, let's copy it. Life's Halt was like 5 years in gestation before everyone started copying them.
Yeah. I mean, that record's that good. It was insane. But yeah, that's cool. Okay, let's go on to Joe.
I already talked about mine because I fucked up.
Okay. Well, just
Good Riddance, Operation Phoenix, and No Motive, Sadness Prevails.
Just toss out another Good Riddance album. Keep the theme going. They had to have done a split 7-inch or something this year, right? But
I think with Kill Your Idols. There you go.
That might have been this year.
I think Creep Division's in a couple of years. He has that one locked for later.
Yeah, and then we can tell the Why Me story again. Okay, so let's go on to Stu. California Punk.
By the way, by the time you guys are listening to this, Stu will finally be able to see the video of Naked Ray.
Oh, I can't wait, dude.
All right, Stu. You
can't wait.
Stu, California Punk and Hardcore. Go.
So I picked the No Reply 7-inch.
All right, I got it too. And this was Daniel's real. This was Daniel's real pick. Let's be honest.
Hey, yeah, that's what's up.
Daniel's
pick recorded.
What's that?
Like,
oh,
okay.
Yeah,
so
go ahead.
What's up, dude?
Go ahead.
Okay, this 7-inch, like, I bought it just because I saw his name Greg Bacon wearing a shirt, and I just thought it had a cool font, so I searched the band, found it on Mankind Records, and I bought that shit. And just from the first track, dude, like, I'm still fucking pissed. Like, it's like such an anthem.
Such a great song that we recorded it.
Oh, no way.
Yeah,
that's tight.
We covered it on a split with a Portuguese band called Timex on Fight Records. But yeah, that was our little, like, add-on in the recording session. We were like, fuck it, let's just do the No Reply song as well.
Fight Records featuring the bass player of Daniel's favorite hardcore band, Good Clean Fun.
Yep. Do you know what, though? The reason that we covered it is, at the time I was talking to Rob about the fact that, like, Motown and things like that, they all would do the songs of the day, like, on a circuit. Like, they would all do versions of the same songs. And I was like, why don't bands ever cover their contemporaries? And then we were like, fuck it, let's do the No Reply song. Yeah. Anyway, not to...
No, I mean, to even wax more poetic on that, Daniel, I've been thinking about the problems of America in general. And I think one of them is, like, when you go to other countries, and you can relate to this probably, with because football, like soccer, has like anthems. And then when I spend time in Mexico, it's like you have like these songs that everybody knows, and it really like brings people together.
Yeah,
you can go to a party in Mexico and like they'll play songs, and like every person there knows the song, and like I think that's something we don't really have here in America, is like classic songs that like everyone to a man and woman know that you can sing and brings you together. Like let's say that we got a group of people and went to like a campfire, like what songs would we sing? You know what I mean? Like everyone likes different shit. And so I like your idea there. In fact, I think that could be a pretty rad idea of like, because it's kind of like bands elevating each other's songs and saying like, these are current classics. Like, you should take a look at these.
That's what the intention was just the same way that it happened in the 60s, you know? Like, you would hear, like, the Ronettes maybe not the Ronettes. You would hear, like, the Supremes do a Motown version of a Beatles song. Do you know what I mean? And then the Beatles were doing Chuck Berry songs and whatnot, you know?
Right. Yeah, we also did this on a 7-inch. We covered Die Hard Youth when they were, like, still going.
Yeah.
Dude, that's fucking sick. Or like split 7-inches where bands cover each other's songs.
Yeah.
Like the Coalesce Get Up Kids one. Like, that's so fucking tight.
And Born Against Screeching Weasel.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They
cool.
cover each other's songs.
And Rancid and NoFX. But I think that that's almost just a little too cute for me. I think one song is cool. Like, elevate one song, you know?
Yeah. But I'm still fucking pissed, and I Want Your Guts.
Dude, yeah. That was the name of my first zine, dude. Like, I love that song.
Oh, yeah. So good. I mean, just the simplicity of, I want to see what is driving your, like, what is making you want to be in hardcore, you know? Like, I want to see it all. Lay it out for us. It's amazing.
Yeah. And, like, don't hold it back. Like, that song resonated with me pretty heavily. Like, just go off for this band. Like, you don't know when you're going to see them again.
And Zach can attest to this big time. Probably the funniest frontman of our era.
Yeah. Dave Reply. Fucking funny dude. Yeah. I was, because this 7-inch is like almost all the songs off the demo. So there wasn't like that much new material when it came out. But, it was super rad just because, like, it got out to more people. Although I was just always bummed that the Cherry Coke song didn't make it. Because I thought that was, like, one of the best songs off the demo. And then it's like, you cut the Cherry Coke song? What the fuck? But yeah, that's all. This 7-inch is great. And like Daniel talked about, like, it really is a 7-inch of the time. So it makes you feel a certain way of how I felt back then. It's timeless, like, in that regard.
Yeah, when I see that cover, I just think, like, am I at the PCH?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I mean, they were great. And Dave was awesome and carried on. And it was so rad to see him, like, well, he did a band before this. God, what was the fucking band name? I have the 7-inch, I think. Do you remember?
I do. They're called, it's kind of like almost, for lack of a better term, kind of like generic.
Yeah, we're recording this too late that I can't think of it. But anyway, it was rad to see him go on and do Suicide File. I was very like proud of him and happy for his success. But okay, let's go on to 99 Wildcard, Daniel.
99 Wildcard, Nas, I Am.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I love it. And I mean, if basically Nas is like, with the DJ Premier production, that song by itself could win many awards in this pod rating.
That's one of the best songs. That's one of the greatest songs.
Jimmy Eat World Clarity was a mega played record for me that year as well. When I look at the wild card, I kind of, as you've noticed with all of my picks, I've gone outside the genre of hardcore instead of like looking within. So I may have missed some absolute classics that should have been, but I've mainly looked and thought about records from the time that were outside of the genre.
I don't think this is one of the best Nas albums, personally.
No, there's some absolute god-awful songs on it, but the highs on it are so high that the lows are pretty low too. But
yeah, Nas is like one of the best songs ever. Hate Me Now.
I
love Favor for a Favor. But but yeah, like the kissing song is terrible. There's some bad stuff.
Dr. Knockboot. Terrible. But the Blur album 13 almost made it in as well. It did Jimmy Eat World Clarity. Those are the ones that
Okay.
I liked a lot.
Joe.
And the Roots, Things Fall Apart.
Yeah.
That record's very important as well.
Number one on my
Go ahead,
honorable
Joe.
mention. Joe, with your 98 wild card.
Well, there's only one answer.
Good riddance.
You didn't care. 99 wild card. I was fucking with you.
99 wild card is Baby One More Time, Britney Spears. I'm just kidding. I'm cheating really bad on this because it really didn't come out in 99, but it's a 99 live concert.
Just pick the Good Riddance album from 2000, dude, if you're going to cheat.
No, I'm picking this. It's the Fugazi live sessions live at the Ventura Theater, February 19th, 1999.
Let me guess, you were there.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I was there.
Did they put it out? Like, this is a real release?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, they put all their live sets up on their website.
Almost every show that they ever played is on their website.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And it's purchase at whatever cost you want to pay, kind of thing. So, but I contributed a bunch of stuff, some pictures and other stuff to the site. So if you go to the Discord site, you'll see stuff that I put up there. It's just photographs of the show, but so yeah, that's my pick. I don't care. Fuck you.
I don't think anyone was mad, Joe. I don't think anyone was mad. But.
Either that or Britney Spears, one of the two.
All right, Stu, let's go on with your 99 wild card.
So, okay. I feel like this is like, in my opinion, the trifecta of 90s metalcore. You had, I'm picking Turmoil, Process of, but it's rivaled against the Buried Alive, Death to a Perfect World, and then the Indecision, Release for Cure. I think that those are like three most important metalcore records, especially to what bands are trying to sound like now. But with Turmoil, like, talk about an opening track with him yelling, "What the fuck?" Or who? It's just like, it's so powerful, dude. Like, the production, I think this is the apex of 90s metalcore production too, or like just hardcore production in general. But this thing's so heavy, but also has its fast parts too. Like Staring Back, like, what a track.
This record was huge.
Fucking love it.
This record was huge. Like, people loved it.
This is a definite blueprint of metalcore. Like, what makes metalcore. Like, it is, a Mount Rushmore metalcore record.
Yeah, and they were legit too. We've talked about before, like, how the PCH Club and the Shake Cafe are like make or break places because there's no sound except for like a PA. Like, they might mic the fucking kick drum, but you're basically going and setting up your own sound and you're playing in a room, with maybe a stage that's a foot or less. So it really is like, how good can you sound? How good is your band? And Stand Your Ground played with Turmoil at the PCH right after this record came out. And
Faded Grey.
What's that?
Faded Grey played that show too. Okay,
yeah, Faded Grey. And love Faded Grey. But yeah, they were awesome. And I'm not into this type of music too much, but like, I can say that they were fucking legit. They were a legit ass band. So yeah, this is a great pick, Stu.
Thanks, man.
I am going 1999 wild card Tom Waits Mule Variations.
I knew that was going to be your pick.
Yeah, it's the first album I got into from him, and so it's very important. Like, lots of nights alone in the middle of the country on our like 01 tour. That's when I got into this, and so it connected with me a lot. Like, when I could finally get away from people and be in the van by myself, I would like listen.
I was about to say, like, were you listening to this while raging out on individual members of the band?
It was more like, this is like my little solace. I'd curl up and get this.
Yeah.
And Yeah, I bought it at we played Long Island, and I bought it at a record store there. I bought this, and I bought the Beautiful Maladies CD, which is like a best of, and it's interesting because that's the best of CD has a lot of the best songs, but it really is like there's certain bands where the best of cannot represent the artist. Like the best of album you should not buy because the artist takes you on a journey on the best albums. And some people aren't like that. I think you can buy like the best of Tom Petty is fucking great, because it's just all bangers or something. But Tom Waits, you got to go on the full journey. And this, Rain Dogs, Bone Machine, Mule Variations. These are the three best records of like once his style changed, like post 1980. Got classics. It's got Hold On. It's got sorry, it's like cough. But yeah, it's fucking great. Love it. Love it, love it. If you haven't listened to it, you should listen to it because it's got, I don't know, it's got big ass crooners. Then it's got like the final song is like almost like a gospel song, but it's so fucking good. And
weird carnival sounding songs.
It's got that to like kind of like glue it together, kind of glue it together. But yeah, like it's funny because so the first time I ever heard him, he played on this album had come out, and I was watching like either Jay Leno or David Letterman, and it was like late, like I'm watching like the repeat of it at like 2 a.m. And I went into Starbucks where I worked the next day, and I was telling my friend Mike Wolf, who I worked with, I was like, dude, I was watching like, whatever show it was last night, and there was this fucking old man, and he was playing a piano, and he was singing a song about this house, and like it's empty and there's nothing there, and like it was so fucking depressing. But then like in the last verse, he tied it all together and turned it into a love song. And I was like, it was the most fucking amazing thing I ever seen. I never heard anything like it. I never seen anything like it. I don't know. I got to figure out what it was. And he's like, oh, that's Tom Waits, dude. I fucking love him. And like he had all his albums and shit. It's like he was already a super fan. But it was so nice to be able to like toss something out like that and then have someone be like, oh yeah, that's this guy. And then, from there on, I got into him, and he's probably my favorite musician of all time. 20 years later.
And what's really great about people like Tom Waits, people like Nick Cave, people like The Fall, Marky Smith and The Fall, is that the difficulty that it takes to get over the hump to really enjoy them is what makes them so much more of a layered like artist that will bore itself into your heart, because it's not easy, it's an acquired taste.
Yeah, 100%. Nick Cave and Tom Waits are pretty close.
Yeah.
I think Nick Cave is just a little more palatable.
Definitely. Yeah.
But yeah. And this is actually
early Nick Cave though is not. It's pretty abrasive. Yeah.
So anyway, it's also kind of depressing because this is Tom Waits' like last great record. He's done stuff since, but nothing ever touched this again. So, the last great one, 1999, Tom Waits' Mule Variations, is my pick. And so let's go to all the honorable mentions. Joe, why don't you take it up?
I only have a few that I listed. Sicko Dog Call to Arms, Ensign, Cast the First Stone.
Noodles.
The Pieball record this year. Isn't there a 25 to Life record too? Friendship, Loyalty.
Commitment, dude.
Did I mess that up? Alkaline Trio. There's the H2O.
Yup.
Rage Against the Machine, Battle over Los Angeles, Nine Inch Nails, Fragile, The Roots, Things Fall Apart.
Travis, The Man Who.
And Hot Water Music, No Division.
All right, Daniel, you got some?
Come On Die Young by Mogwai. Fucking amazing record. I don't know if you've ever checked it out. Black on Both Sides, Mos Def, Enema of the State, Blink, Fan Mail, TLC. 99 is kind of not great though compared to all the other years that we've gone over for having
99 is fucking
ton of
records. 99 is weak, dude. because I only have 3 honorable mentions, and like you guys saw
Rainbow
how
Mariah.
Okay, you guys saw how long some of mine were before. I only have Roots Things Fall Apart. I got the Loot Pack Sound Pieces, The Antidote. Shout out Oxnard. And Peanut Butter Wolf, My Final White is a Ton. And that's all I got.
You forgot Smash Mouth, Astro Lounge.
I mean, that's why the lists are short. That's why the lists are short, is because that stuff is so big right then.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah.
Britney Spears.
What about Limp Bizkit?
Yeah, is it $3 bill?
Dude, hard.
Oh, that stuff's all really bad. So anyway,
Significant Other. Yeah, terrible. But yeah, this was fun. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, man. All right, talk us out, Daniel.
If you want to rate, review, and generally make love on the reviews to 185 Miles South, that is encouraged. Please be a Patreon.
Thanks,
and
guys.
Please don't be a racist piece of shit.
Yeah, that's right. More anti-racist songs, guys.
Yeah.